The Drake Passage, the most dangerous waterway on Earth. Imagine sailing through a place so dangerous that sailors once called it the gateway to hell. Towering waves, hurricane-force winds, and freezing temperatures make it one of the most treacherous places on Earth. Even the bravest explorers feared it. Yet despite the risks, one man dared to chart these deadly waters, uncovering a passage that would change history forever. But who was he? And how did he survive the Drake Passage? The passage gets its name from Sir Francis Drake, an English sea captain and privateer. But here's the twist: Drake never actually sailed through it. In 1578, during his legendary circumnavigation of the globe, Drake and his fleet were caught in a brutal storm while trying to navigate the Strait of Magellan, a narrow and difficult waterway at the southern tip of South America. The storm blew one of his ships far south into the open ocean, proving that there was a much wider passage between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans than previously thought. But it wasn't until 1616, nearly 40 years later, that the Drake Passage was officially discovered. Two Dutch explorers, Willem Schouten and Jacob Lemaire, became the first Europeans to sail around Cape Horn, proving that a new, more direct route existed between the two oceans. They named the southernmost tip of South America Cape Horn, after the Dutch town of Hoorn. Their discovery forever changed global trade and exploration, but at a deadly cost. Unlike the Strait of Magellan, which is narrow and protected by land, the Drake Passage has no barriers to block the ocean's fury. This makes it one of the most violent stretches of water on Earth. The biggest culprit? The Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the most powerful current in the world, moving 600 times more water than the Amazon River. This massive current circles Antarctica unimpeded, creating waves that can tower over 12 to 15 meters, 40 to 50 feet high. Sailors crossing the passage face a brutal choice. If the weather is relatively calm, they call it the Drake Lake. But don't be fooled, it's still dangerous. If the winds and waves are raging, it's the dreaded Drake Shake, where ships are tossed around like toys in a washing machine. Crossing the Drake Passage means entering a weather war zone. Winds often exceed 100 kilometers per hour, and icebergs make navigation even more dangerous. Early explorers had no GPS, no weather satellites, and no rescue helicopters. Many ships that dared to cross never returned. Even today, modern vessels struggle against the raw power of the Drake Passage. Some describe it as riding a roller coaster for 2 days straight, a stomach-churning, bone-rattling experience that few forget. Throughout history, the Drake Passage has claimed countless ships and lives. During the 17th and 18th centuries, many European ships tried to use this new route instead of the Strait of Magellan. But the price was high. Hundreds of ships vanished without a trace, swallowed by the sea or smashed against Cape Horn's rocky coastline. One of the most famous tragedies was the sinking of the SS Stockholm in 1956, which collided with the SS Andrea Doria, a disaster that shocked the maritime world. Even today, ships that attempt the crossing must be built for extreme conditions. But despite its dangers, the Drake Passage is home to an incredible variety of marine life. Humpback whales and orcas migrate through these waters in search of food. Seals and sea lions battle the frigid waters for survival. Albatrosses, legendary seabirds with wingspans up to 3.5 meters, soar effortlessly over the waves. Beneath the surface, scientists are discovering new deep-sea species adapted to one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Some believe undiscovered creatures may still lurk in these icy depths. With all this danger, why do people still cross the Drake Passage? For one, it's the fastest way to reach Antarctica. Scientists, explorers, and even tourists must endure the Drake's wrath to reach the frozen continent. But for many, it's also about adventure. The Drake Passage is a test of courage, a final frontier for those who dare to face nature's most powerful forces. But what does the future hold for the Drake Passage? Climate change is warming Antarctica's ice, leading to stronger storms and even bigger waves in the passage. Scientists fear that changes to the Antarctic Circumpolar Current could destabilize global weather patterns, affecting climates as far away as North America and Europe. The Drake Passage isn't just a deadly waterway, it's a crucial piece of Earth's climate puzzle. So the next time you hear about an explorer setting out to cross the Drake Passage, you'll know exactly what they're up against. This legendary stretch of water is more than just a passage, it's a force of nature, a relentless, untamed beast that has shaped history and continues to challenge all who dare to enter its domain. Would you have the courage to sail through the Drake Passage? If you love unraveling the ocean's greatest mysteries, subscribe to Ocean Mysteries. From the deadliest waters to the most fascinating creatures, there's always something incredible waiting beneath the waves.